It began on an unusually quiet Saturday morning. Vanessa, my wife, wore that familiar smirk, the one that always made my stomach tighten. The look she gave whenever she was about to cross a line, she knew I'd hate. We were at the kitchen table, our coffee turning cold, when she dropped the bomb. "I think we should try an open relationship," she said as casually as if she were suggesting a new restaurant. My heart lurched. I stared at her, waiting for a punchline, but the sparkle in her eyes told me she meant every word. I didn't shout. I didn't flip the table. I just took another sip of coffee like I was weighing my options. Inside, though, my thoughts were spinning. Vanessa had always been bold, used to getting whatever she wanted. She fit the mold perfectly. Someone who believed boundaries were bendable and feelings were optional. She kept talking freedom, excitement, refreshing the relationship, while I quietly started crafting my own plan. She thought she had outsmarted me. That was her first mistake. In the days that followed, she displayed her new philosophy proudly. Late-night messages, flirty remarks at brunch, overly playful gestures at gatherings. Each one deliberately staged to test me. I stayed composed, smiling when appropriate, letting her believe she held the upper hand. But I wasn't upset. Not yet. I was taking notes. Every smug grin, every coy glance, every entitled comment. I stored them away like ammunition. I discovered her weakness in her assumptions. Vanessa expected me to react emotionally, plead, argue, try to rein her in. She thought her open relationship idea would thrill her and leave me scrambling in confusion. But she misjudged me entirely. I could join the game, just not on her terms. Mine would be quiet, precise, and deliver with perfect timing. So I began seeing someone else. Not in secret, not sneaking around. I introduced her politely as a friend, someone confident, magnetic, effortlessly stunning. Vanessa noticed instantly. Her smile broke just a little the first time they met. The twitch in her fingers when our new friend laughed at my joke. The tiny shift in her shoulders when she saw us speaking comfortably. She still believed she was ahead. Weeks went by. I eased this new woman into our social circles, subtly, without ever confronting Vanessa. Every time Vanessa flaunted her supposed freedom, I reminded her, through my presence, my calmness, and gentle comments, that she wasn't the only one capable of moving on. My calm rattled her. She didn't understand that the dynamic had already changed. The turning point arrived at one of our usual dinner parties. Vanessa walked in glowing, smug, convinced she was still queen of the room. I greeted her warmly and mentioned, almost offhand, that our friend would be joining us. Her eyes flickered just slightly. She tried to hide it behind her smile. We entered together, and I watched her take in every tiny interaction, the way our companion leaned in when she spoke to me, the comfortable ease between us, the laughter that flowed naturally. It chipped away at her poise. She attempted to maintain her charm, teasing, flirting, cracking jokes, but the moment she caught the real chemistry between us, her smirk faltered. Every joke, she told, fell flat. Every attempt to draw attention fizzled. I remained easygoing and unbothered, while the other woman interacted with effortless warmth. I paid close attention to Vanessa, the rising panic in her eyes, the stiffening of her jaw, the faint tremble in her hand as she poured another drink. She excused herself to collect her composure. I followed at a distance, letting her sit with the realization she had never expected. She turned toward me, tried to laugh triumphantly, but the sound broke halfway. Her confidence, the armor she used to dominate every situation, had been dismantled quietly, cleanly. I hadn't yelled. I hadn't humiliated her. The collapse was hers alone. Back at the table, the shift in her energy was undeniable. Her eyes darted, her voice pitched higher than usual, her laughter thin and forced. Every subtle attempt to regain control fell flat. I watched, calm and patient, as understanding finally dawned on her. The woman she had dismissed as irrelevant, just a friend, had already stepped into her space without even trying. By the end of the night, Vanessa's entire worldview had flipped. She understood, with a clarity that shook her, that her games, her provocations, her attempt to spark jealousy had all backfired. The power she thought she held had dissolved quietly, replaced with a fear of what I might be capable of. She didn't confront me. She didn't argue. She simply observed, absorbing the consequences of what she had set in motion. When we got home, she avoided my eyes, shuffling around the apartment nervously. I poured a drink, relaxed into the couch, and let her sit with her unraveling thoughts. "I didn't expect this," she whispered, voice trembling. I smiled softly, the same calm, unshakable expression I'd worn all evening. "Neither did I," I replied. "But that's the thing about consequences. They don't need to be loud to stay with you." Her once dominant facade had fully shattered, and in that moment, I realized something with cool certainty. Sometimes silence and patience are the sharpest weapons of all.